Bob Seger lifestyle and net worth. Bob Seger, born May 6, 1945, Dearborn, Michigan, U.S., is an American singer, songwriter, and guitarist who achieved great popularity in the 1970s and 80s with an earthy sound and lyrical themes rooted in the American Midwest. One of the Midwest's most successful rock performers, Seger was musically influenced by soul and rhythm and blues that were created in his native Detroit, while his lyrics were largely inspired by the ups and downs in the lives of the working class in the American heartland. After playing with several bands as a teenager, Seger began releasing records under his own name in 1966, but for a number of years he failed to make an impression beyond the Detroit area. In 1974, he assembled the Silver Bullet Band, which would be his backing group for decades to come. Bob Seger, the iconic American rock and roll singer-songwriter, boasts a net worth of $60 million. This is testament of business ventures and his sales of musical career. He stands at a height of 5 feet 10 inches, approximately 1.80 meters tall. Get ready as we deep dive into his remarkable journey to success. Kindly subscribe to our channel for more content. Early life. Robert Clark Seger, better known as Bob Seger, was born on May 6, 1945 in Detroit, Michigan. He was raised by his parents, Charlotte and Stuart Seger, in Ann Arbor, Michigan. He has an older brother named George. Seger was exposed to music at a very early age thanks to his father, a medical technician for the Ford Motor Company, who happened to also play several instruments. However, his father left the family when Bob was just 10 years old and moved to California. The departure of his father had a great impact on the family, plunging them into financial difficulty while he was growing up. Seger briefly attended Lincoln Park High School, followed by Pioneer High School, at the time named Ann Arbor High School, where he ran track and field. He graduated from high school in 1963. Personal life, real estate, and car collection. Seger married Renee Andrietti in 1968, and their marriage lasted 1 day short of a year. Then, from 1972 to 1983, he was in a long-term relationship with Jan Dinsdale. His second marriage was to Annette Sinclair, and it was almost as short as his first. They married in 1987 and divorced a year later. His third wife is Juanita Doricott. They married in 1993 and have 2 children together. His main residence is in Orchard Lake Village, Michigan, a Detroit suburb. Bob's main house is a 20,000 square foot lakefront mansion on 4+ acres that he custom built in 2009. Real estate. Bob owns some nice properties, including homes in Michigan and Florida. Bob Seger is in the process of building a 30,000 square foot megamansion on Laplea Lane in West Bloomfield, MI. Car collection. Bob Seger is a car enthusiast. His collection includes 2013 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon, 2011 Porsche Carrera S Cabriolet, 1965 Mustang Fastback, 1969 Shelby Cobra GT350 Fastback, and 1976 BMW 530i. Professional career. Early bands. Seger first began performing music in public in 1961 as a member of the 3-piece band The Decibels. He played guitar, piano, and keyboards and was also responsible for vocals. His bandmates were Pete Stanger, guitar, and H.B. Hunter, drums, and they were all high school classmates. Following the disbandment of The Decibels, Seger became the lead singer of the 4-piece band The Town Criers. Through the Town Criers gigs, Bob met musician Doug Brown, who performed with his backing band The Omens. He then left the Town Criers to join Doug Brown and The Omens. Although he had previously recorded some material with his early bands, it was with Doug Brown and The Omens that Seger made his first appearance on an officially released recording, the single TGIF, 1965. It was also while he was with Doug Brown and The Omens that Seger met Edward Punch Andrews, the man who would become his longtime manager. Seger left the band to record his song, East Side Story, on his own and released it with Hideout Records in 1966 under the name Bob Seger and The Last Heard. This track helped him land a recording contract with Cameo Parkway Records. He released 4 more singles, all with Cameo Parkway, and the single Heavy Music, 1967, performed particularly well, barely missing out on the Hot 100 chart and peaking at number 103. After Cameo Parkway went under, Seger, with his band Bob Seger and The Last Heard, turned down Motown Records to sign with Capitol Records. The reason why he turned down Motown even though they had offered him more money than Capitol, was reportedly because he believed that Capitol was a more appropriate label for his genre compared to Motown. Capitol Records changed the name of his band to the Bob Seger System. Of all of their releases, of particular note is the album Rambin' Gamblin' Man, 1969. It reached number 62 on the Billboard Pop Albums chart. They were unable to recreate that album's success on their subsequent releases, and the Bob Seger System disbanded. Major success. During the early 1970s, Seger attempted to go at it alone and toured around the United States with various other musicians and bands. In 1973, he formed the group the Silver Bullet Band. It was with the Silver Bullet Band that he was catapulted to global exposure, especially after the back-to-back release of their albums, Live Bullet and Night Moves in 1976. With hit singles such as Night Moves, Turn the Page, and We've Got Tonight, Seger has earned recognition as one of rock and roll's greatest musicians and songwriters. The Bob Seger System was inducted into the Michigan Rock and Roll Legends Hall of Fame in 2006, a year after Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band were inducted into the same Hall of Fame. Not letting success and fame go to his head, he made a habit of hiring out-of-work Detroit musicians to back him up on stage. In a career that spanned over 6 decades, Seger has written and recorded a colorful palette of songs that dealt with love, women, and blue-collar themes, and was an exemplar of heartland rock. He has released over 20 albums, including studio albums, live albums, and compilation albums, and sold more than 75 million records globally. He embarked on his final tour, the Travelin' Man Tour, in September 2018. Seger's classic raspy, yet shouting voice earned him a place in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004 and the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2012. The city of Lincoln Park, Michigan, where Bob used to attend school when he was younger and also used to perform occasionally during the early days of his career, declared November 17, 2017, to be Bob Seger Day. Thank you for watching. Bless up.